Deep space, the zombie apocalypse, and even the icy grip of death itself. She first gained notoriety by joining the cast of The Days of Our Lives, and has since then moved on to appear in a variety of film and television, such as two Pink Panther films, Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, and is of course most well known for her role as Lieutenant Tasha Yar on Star Trek: The Next Generation. She moved on after that to produce a fan-focused documentary, Trekkies, and then Trekkies 2. And since then, has had roles in X-Files, JAG, and has made a 3-episode appearance as a townsmember of the oh-so-welcoming refuge of Terminus, of Terminus on The Walking Dead. Please put your hands together for Denise Crosby.
Hello.
Sunday morning. I must have the sinners, huh? This is better than church. Come on.
This is our church.
We can do our own church. And I don't mean Church the cat.
Oh, that's right.
Very inside. Joe, you guys got it?
Oh.
For those of you who did not
Pet
get
Cemetery.
that,
Yeah.
Church was the name of the cat in Pet
Pet
Cemetery.
Cemetery.
Alrighty. We've got an Andorian. That is awesome.
Thanks.
I love Andorians. So Chris,
Yes.
what's going on, kid?
We're going to open it up to audience questions. So if anyone has any questions, please just raise your hand and Denise will call on you.
Yeah, we can just, feel free to see if we can get the coffee to kick in.
Yes, yes.
I'm with you, though. Forgive me, I've got these Ricolas here. Ricola.
I'm just going to take
I'm
this
just,
from like just
I'm
like right
fighting
here.
this
okay.
nasty little thing here.
You know, that's been going around.
Yeah?
I had to get some halls this morning because I woke up and I
Yeah.
felt like Julian Richings.
Julian. Okay, I saw a hand, yes.
So what are you doing lately?
What am I doing lately? So, I have been, I was up in Vancouver shooting on a new series that's coming in January on SciFi called The Magicians. And it's based on a trilogy of 3 books called The Magicians by Lev Grossman. And written by John McNamara, who I saw his film last night, Trumbo, that Bryan Cranston stars as Dalton Trumbo. So it's got an incredible, interesting cast. It's about a magic school, a very mystical magic school, but it takes place today. So it's sort of like Harry Potter meets the Breakfast Club. It's like 6 or 7 really great young actors who are plucked from their worlds and put into this magic school to learn real magic. I mean, life magic. And I play a character named Genji, who is a master magician, and then the aunt of one of the main leads. So I mentor her in this school of magic, and we come from a long line of magicians. It was really, really fun. And I think the series, I think it's going to be really good. It looks really good.
When will we see that?
I believe in January it comes on SciFi. So fingers crossed. And then I just did an episode of Scandal that was on. That was fun, very different. I hadn't done like a network kind of episodic guest part in a while, and I must say, to be part of Shonda Rhimes' world is quite amazing. She's quite a prolific television producer, and Kerry Washington was delightful, I must say, lovely. Tomorrow I start a movie, a psychological thriller, a little indie film called Raven's Watch. So the cool thing about that is, this is good. John Billingsley is going to play a part in it as well. So we have 2 Trek alumni in this film. And I get to well, let's see, who else is in the cast that you guys may know? I can't say, I haven't met the two leads yet. I think one of the guys was in Twilight, though. He's an African-American, played, I guess, the African-American vampire in Twilight. Alex. I'm not a Twilight.
Neither am I.
You guys must know each other, right?
LaRue or was it LaRue?
You know
Was it
what Twilight
LaRue?
is, right?
I know who it is with the long dreads.
The glittering vampire.
Yeah.
I watched it and was with my son, who's 17, and we went, you gotta be kidding.
Exactly.
Like they're glittering, and no one notices this? They have like sparkles on their face. Oh, it was hysterical. And then they walk into the high school cafeteria, and like everyone, no one says a thing. Like, wouldn't you go like, who are those freaks with glitter on their faces? I don't know. What can I tell you? It's huge.
Lives here.
Who lives here?
Courtney Meyer. She lives
Oh.
here.
Yeah.
She lives in Glendale?
Well, Paradise Valley now, but yeah.
Paradise Valley, wow. I love Arizona. I come here quite a bit, actually. My son's a baseball player, so he is in high school right now. But we come here, I'm coming to Mesa in January, to the Chicago Cubs facilities. He's in the big preseason All-American tournament there. And then I come every June to the USA Baseball Championships in Glendale and Peoria. And you can usually find me at the Wigwam Hotel in Litchfield Park. So feel free. I'm there for 9 to 10 days in my air-conditioned room because I'm fighting heat stroke. God, I don't know how you guys.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, but those guys are playing baseball in this. There are 3 games a day: 8 a.m., 11 a.m., and 2 p.m.
It's a try.
It's a dry. That sun doesn't care if it's wet or dry, okay? Let me just tell you that. I felt like a piece of baked leather when I left. Now it's good. So, any more? Let's talk. Yes.
It's great to have you here solo. We loved having the whole cast here a couple years back for the anniversary and seeing you in Salt Lake and, of course, Las Vegas.
Oh, great.
Are Marina and Gates really that crazy and fun? You have so much fun on stage. Does that go on behind the scenes as well?
Well, we don't, the conventions are when we have affords us the opportunity to see each other. Our lives are so all over the place and different. I'm raising my son and I'm with my husband. Now Gates and I cross paths more often because we're both members of the same theater company.
Yeah.
So the Ensemble Studio Theater, which she was the artistic director of until a year ago. So she's actually directed me in some theater pieces there at the theater. So we'll see each other more often, but yes, it's a wonderful time for us, and everybody has such a wicked sense of humor, and it was developed over time, and I'm spending enormously long days together on the set of Star Trek. I mean, if you don't keep each other entertained or do it with a sense of humor, you're lost, because it was very, very long those days. And again, I mean, I think about that now. When we did Star Trek, we did 26 episodes a season. Now, normally now, you do 13 episodes a season. So you can imagine that was double the workload. So you had very little time off before you started the next season. So it's really, you had to make each other laugh. Yes?
Is Bing Crosby your uncle or grandpa?
Bing Crosby is my grandfather. And so we're entering Bing Crosby land this month, aren't we?
Favorite movie?
Oh, beautiful. I mean, he really is so identified with Christmas. I just watched one of my favorite clips is the little drummer boy he does with David Bowie.
Yes.
It's just so good. And somebody sent it to me the other day, and I hadn't watched it in a long time. Have you ever seen that clip? Oh my God. But you know,
Very quickly aired, actually, even so.
yes, me too. And I remember, well, having it, go back and watch it right now, because I had forgotten that, you know, they sing, they start out singing, you know, the traditional Little Drummer Boy, and then Bowie goes off on this this riff about peace on earth, and will we ever be able to promise our children? Can I make that promise to my child and your child too? Can we have peace on earth? If it's not the most fitting time to hear this song, it was incredible. And so it was, anyway, kind of, you make me cry. Christmas, it's beautiful this time of year.
Yes.
Oh, great. Oh, great.
Tissue on the mom.
You're talking about my grandfather, okay. I'm not gonna cry. Just make me laugh, please.
I'll try to make you smile about something.
Kleenex.
I know that a lot of actors and actresses try to put some of themselves in every character that they play. So, or sometimes, maybe not. Of the three characters that you played, and by three I mean Tasha Yar and the alternate Tasha Yar who came back in yesterday's Enterprise, and Sela, which one of those is the closest to you?
Wow. That's a good one. I think Tasha was very personal to me, you know, because she really was about overcoming obstacles. And she was a fighter, you know, and she was so determined to be the best that she possibly could be. But inside of her too, there was a lot of vulnerability. And I always talk about this one scene that was my audition, actually, for Tasha Yar. That was never filmed. And it's a shame. I don't know why this scene was never included in the series. But it was a scene that brought Tasha into Counselor Troy for a meeting, because Tasha was really struggling with her belief that she was that she was entitled to this position on the bridge. She had a lot of self-doubt, and she comes to Counselor Troy and she said, "I just don't think I'm the one to be doing this job. I don't think I'm good enough. I think Captain Picard is so incredible, and he deserves the best chief of security. And I just don't think I'm up to it." And Counselor Troy says, Tasha, what are you talking about? Of course you are. He wouldn't choose you to lead this mission if you weren't qualified and didn't deserve it. You have every right to be here. She goes, but I don't know, Captain Picard is like almost too perfect. And Deanna starts to talk to her and said, Tasha, you know nobody's perfect. And you are as good as it gets. Now, let me ask you this. What have you been doing for fun? And Tasha is like, what do you mean fun? I mean, what do you do when you're not on the bridge? Do you go and have it, see friends? Do you go to the holodeck? I mean, what do you do? She goes, well, no, I mean, I can't have, I'm not thinking about fun, and I'm really worried about, am I going to be good enough on this ship and do the right thing? She said, okay, that's the problem right there. You need to go to the bar and have a drink and actually, get together with a guy. And Tasha's like, what? She goes, trust me, you'll feel a lot better. It was this great scene. And that was my audition. And what it did, though, was it gave me a clue as to who this woman was. So that was the basis of Tasha Yar. She was all sass and power and strength, and she was this, part of her was this very frightened little girl inside. And that gave me something interesting to play as an actor. Because it's kind of boring to just go, you know, hey, I'm perfect, I'm flawless, I can kick your butt and do it, you know, better than anyone. But what makes it more interesting are the layers.
That's very awesome.
Good, and you dried up my tears. That took me by surprise.
I just had a question. The scene with Tasha Yar and Data, that you had that one outfit, you were very exposed. How did that make you feel?
Wow.
The outfit?
That's a really, I'm really glad you asked that question. She was asking about the naked now. And that outfit, right, was very revealing and very exposed. And it's a really interesting question because you do feel exposed and you do kind of feel a little objectified in a way. And I was, you know, it was very much part of the story, and I got, you know, the intention of the, and it, in hindsight, I mean, it works beautifully. It's so wonderful, that scene, and, you know, just Brent's face is just hysterical, you know. I had to keep, I said, don't even look at me when we do the scene, because I couldn't keep a straight face. I mean, he looked like, he reminded me of Pinocchio. And when I, okay, so I get dressed in that outfit in my dressing room. And it is really like one sneeze and it's over, you know. And so I've got a robe, a terry cloth robe around me to walk, you know, to the set. So I get to the set. Now, I'm the only woman on the set. The crew is all male. I'm working only with Brent. The director is male. And I know that I've got to take this thing, this robe off, and stand there, and I've got to own it, you know. I can't, there's definitely, Tasha Yar's not apologizing, you know, for the way she looks. But me as Denise, I'm feeling, you know, pretty vulnerable. So again, you know, that's when your acting comes in. I got this. But, you know, you feel exposed, no doubt about it.
But you look good in the outfit, though.
Well, thank you, my God. That was, you know, I was before children. I like to say. Yes?
So something that's been bugging me for a long time, because I think most of us know that you and Marina actually auditioned for the opposite roles initially.
Mm-hmm.
When you got cast the other way around, was that weird for either of you? Like at least initially, like you're thinking like, well, I auditioned for Counselor Troy, but now I'm playing this other character. Like, so I just wondered
how that evolved.
Yeah.
You know, so the first initial auditions, or the talk to, you know, the approach for the new Star Trek was very, excuse me, it was very mysterious. We were given no scripts. It was very secretive. Now, it's funny because now so much is done that way, you know, but back then it was kind of a novelty. And they gave us nothing to go on. You know, I got this thing that described Counselor Troy. You know, she was a Beta Z, and she was a counselor, and she was an empath. And I'm going, well, what's a Beta Z? She's from Betazoid. Well, yeah. Well, what does that mean? Well, just think of it, maybe Iceland. Okay, you know, because you can't, you know, you've got to wrap your head into something. So it was all out there. So by the time they flipped us, we were just making it up anyway, you know. It didn't matter. I mean, I could have played Data for all that matter. You know, it would have been the same if, you know, we were just trying to find something to kind of you know, give us a hook into it. And then once we were cast, you know, in the roles, we